good morning everybody. It's time for Mr. Knott's Art Studio. Alright, today we're going to do something really fun. We're going to make a ground flyer because today is Paper Airplane Monday. So we got to make paper airplanes. I love making paper airplanes. I love learning new airplanes. Today we're making a ground flyer, okay? They also call them ground effect planes. And what it does is it plays off of the air that is scooping under the wings and pushing off of the ground and pushing the plane upwards. Actually, the wings push the air down to the ground and it holds the plane up. So get ready. I'm going to show you the materials we need for today. All right, so here's what we need today. We need some tape, either kind of tape. You can have masking tape, scotch tape, nothing real fancy. You'll need a ruler, all right? You'll need a pencil, a pair of scissors, a penny, a coin, something like that. So go get it. Don't wait around. Go get it. And you also need a piece of paper. So paper, pencil, scissors, some kind of coin. Pennies work good, okay? Probably 1 or 2 pennies. A ruler and some tape. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started on this, and I'll kind of go slow so you can keep up. I'm going to push this stuff out of the way first. Take my piece of paper, just like with a lot of paper airplanes, we're going to take this and fold this in half. This airplane is not very hard to make, even though we're using extra materials. It's not very hard to make. So we're going to take this piece of paper, fold it in half, hot dog style. All right. Now, you're going to open this up. Like that. And just like we do a lot of other paper airplanes, we're going to take this corner, we're going to fold it down this way, lining this edge up with the middle, with that first fold that we just did. This plane is a lot of fun to play with. I've been playing with it all weekend. Now we're going to do the other side the same exact way. Line it up down the middle. Good sharp crease. Take your fingernail, ruler, pen, penny, anything to run it along that edge. Give it a good sharp crease. Now this next fold is actually the most challenging. It's the hardest to. We need to do a fold going from this corner to this corner. Okay, from right here to right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my paper over so I can see when I fold this up, I can see that corner and I can actually see this a little bit better. It's the reason it's harder to do the hardest fold that we're doing, because it's just kind of hard to see where you're going. There's no definite line. I'll give it a good sharp crease like that. Now we're going to open it back up. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm folding it from this corner where this is over, this lap is, this corner down to here where our first fold was. That. Then you open it back up and we can turn our paper over to where we have our flaps here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to measure 1.5 inches from the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, line it up at 1.5 inches, and I'm going to make a mark. And I'm going to do another mark here at the center at 1.5 inches. And I'll do another one at this end. Now there's a reason I'm doing 3, even though I'm just going to draw a line going across here and I could get by with 2. Okay, all it did is made a mark. That way, if I line my ruler up, if all 3 of the dots are not lined up, that means I'm off somewhere. My measurement is off. So it's good to go back in and recheck. Where did you miss? Okay, now I'm going to draw a line all the way across here. Give you just a little bit of time to catch up on that. I actually had a college professor teach me that. Do at least 3 dots. That way, if one of them's off, you can tell. And I've saved myself from lots of mistakes from doing that. All right, so we're going to cut this, but we're only going to cut it. We're going to cut from here to here. Don't cut all the way across. From here to here. This is actually going to create the tail of our plane. And we will do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And then our next cut is we're going to cut down this line right here. So we're cutting out this triangle here. So I'm going to take my scissors. There we go. Looks kind of like a kite, doesn't it? Okay, so our next fold, we're going to fold this back in half like this. Oh, now we have a fish with a giant tail. All right, so the next thing we need to measure, I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so right here, we're going to measure 2 inches from this point right here up here. Okay, so I'm going to measure 2 inches right here. Okay, then from this point, we're going to measure, draw a line going from here to here. So you need to use our ruler all the way down to this very corner over here. I'm trying to angle so y'all can see just a little bit. Right there, from here. And draw a line. We are almost there. We are over halfway finished with this. It's going to be really cool. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold on that line. It's kind of challenging right down here in this corner here. But we're going to fold it right there on that line. Okay. This is a really fun plane to make. Right, now we're going to turn it over and we're going to fold the other side the same exact way. Fold it the same exact way. We're going to fold it over, we're going to line it up and match that other wing. Makes it a little easier since we can match it up with that other wing. All right, it's getting there. Still looks kind of funny, doesn't it? It looks different because this plane flies different. Next thing we do is take a little bit of tape, not much, just a tiny bit. You're going to take the tail here, and you are going to fold it into a circle, like this. Just loop it up into a circle and put a little piece of tape on it. Like that. We got one more step and we will be done with this. Okay, actually 2 more steps. Take a little bit of tape. I'm going to use masking tape on this one. You can, like I said, you can use either one, okay? And you're going to take the tape and you're going to roll it up like this. You take your penny, stick your penny to it. And you put your penny inside of your airplane. Now, we want this to be able to shift later because we might have to make adjustments on our plane. Okay, so we got the tape right, or the penny right inside of there. So there's our plane. Now it's time for a test. Now, I want to show you something before we get into the fun part of testing. I learned how to make this plane. Then I went and I made my own versions of the plane, different versions of it, and tested it out. This is actually the way I learned how to make it. Okay, they had a square, but that seemed like a lot of work to do. And so I went for my own version of it, and it actually flies better. But then I tested it out. I didn't let things, I didn't know what would work or what wouldn't work. So I tried one with a big fat tail. Okay, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. It did terrible. I tried one without a tail. Okay, still not so good. I even tried one instead of doing 2 inches on the front here. I did 1 inch. Right, not so bad, but could have been better. And this is just like the one we made today. Okay, so. And don't be afraid to go in and experiment. You might find a better way to make this plane. Now it is testing time. Remember, every time you throw a paper airplane, it's a test. You have to go in, you have to make adjustments. You can make it better. You might try something and it makes it worse. So I'm going to set this up right here. I need it to tilt down a little bit. Let's see if I do this. Hold on. Bear with me here. That's how I do it. Okay. Fancy technology. Okay. So here we go. Oh, I've been flattening my plane. All right. So when you push this plane, first of all, to throw it, okay, you're not throwing it in the air. You're sliding it across the ground. I hold it by the back of the plane like this, and I push. Give it a push. Not super hard because it'll make it fly upwards. You want this to scoot across the ground. Actually right above the ground. Okay, so here we go. Oh, not bad. Okay, let's do a few more test flights. But it's really cool. And you actually want your wings scooped down. Like this, okay? They're not up like this like a regular airplane. They're scooped down, okay? And see the air goes underneath and lifts it up. Let's try again. Just like that. All right? So now if your plane keeps wanting the front end keeps wanting to drag down, okay? What you need to do is move your penny back, okay? Slide it backwards. Let's see. I'll show you what happens. If I push the penny backwards, let's see if it makes any difference. I love testing things like this. See if it makes it better, makes it worse. Okay, here we go. Oh, see, it didn't have enough weight on the front. So I do need it more towards the front. Okay, so I'll move it back to the front and then we'll do another test flight. So you judge that, you play with it, figure it out. And then one more flight, here we go. Oh, that was awesome. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed the lesson. May God bless all your adventures. Bye-bye.